Hello, friend. This is your 1.5-ton homogenizing mixer and the 2-3 tons homogenizing mixer. And now I will tell you how these three machines work step by step. And now when you receive these three machines, first you need to install each pipe correctly. And now you can see here, this one is the drain water pipe. This one is also the drain water pipe here. And this one is also the drain water pipe. And now you can see here, this whole pipe here is the tap water pipe. This one is also this one is the drain water pipe. You can install each pipe according to the label on the pipe. And this one you can also see, this one is the tap water pipe and the pure water pipe here and the tap water pipe here. Also, the pure water pipe go up here, and the tap water pipe go up here. Okay, now you install the correct pipe, and now you can see how to use it. You can see here. Here we give you the menu well. If you install the correct pipe, you can open this valve to let your tap water in. It's for the tap water and the pure water. Okay, and now you can see the drain water pipe here. Here you can see the drain water pipe. You should equip a pipe here and here to connect it to let your drain water out. And here you can also equip the pipes from here to here to let your drain water out. And now, if you want to drain out the water, first you should put on the button on the PLC tap drain water, turn on the panel, and then you should turn on the valve to let your drain water out. And these two is like just what I said. Okay, and now you know the pipe installed and the pump install is the next step. You can see the 1.5 tons. We give you the centrifugal pump, and you can see here is a bottom homogenizer, and the discharge is for discharge material from here. Use the pneumatic well to discharge. You can equip a pipe here to discharge your material. Here is for the rotor pump. It's the same like the pneumatic valve discharge your material from the rotor pump, and then here you can equip the pipe to collect your material. And here is the same like what I said. And you can see here is the temperature probe. We equip 3 temperature probes like here, and here to detect the temperature inside the tank. And for this one is the pressure pump. This one is to use to give more pressure to the pipe because it will affect the correct of the flow meter. Here you can see we equip you the flow meter of this 1.5 homogenizing mixer. So if it has not enough pressure, it will affect the rise of the flow meter. And here is also the flow meter. Here you can also see the drain water out pipe connects to stove pipe to drain out the water here, to drain out the water. And you can see we equip a manual valve here is for the pure water let in. So if you install the correct pipe and connect to your tap water, and then you can keep this valve open. When if something goes wrong of the flow meter, you can turn off it to make the you can turn off it to make sure the other process will be not damaged, and then you can maintenance here. Also, you can see here is two transparent pipe from here, and this one also is with two transparent pipe. You connect to your tap water, and you should keep this valve open, this valve, and this valve to let the this two transparent pipe function is to let the homogenizer temperature go down, because when you use the homogenizing mixer, it will spin very fast, so the temperature will rise. These two transparent pipes will connect to the tap water and then lower down the temperature of the homogenizer. And this two transparent pipe is the same function. Here you can also see the orange panel and the button. This is for discard the material from this tank. Here you can push this button, and this is fit to number 2. It means that this number 1 tank will fit the material into this number 2 tank. If you want to use this function, you can push this button, and this is the fit to number 3 tank. It means that the number 1 tank material will fit to the number 3 tank. And this is the stop button. If you don't want to use this function, push this button to stop the function. And you can see this is the functions of this number 2 tanks. This one is to fit the material, and this is to discharge the material, and this is the stop. When you don't want to use these two functions, just push that button to stop it. And these three functions for the number 3 tank is like just what I said for the number 2 tank. And now we take the stairs and go up to see these 3 tanks. You can see here is the number 3 tank, the number 2 tank, and the number 1 tank. This tank is 1.5 tons homogenizing mixer. And you can see here we equip the pipe is the tap pipe. And this pipe is for the downstairs flow meter to let the tap water inside this tank. And this you can see this one is the disperser. This is the mixing paddle for you to mixing the materials. About this number 2 tank, you can see here is the tap water pipe. You can connect the salt pipe here to let the tap water inside this tank. And now you can see here is the mixing tackle with Teflon scraper. And now you can see here, this one is the homogenizing mixer to high shear your product. And now you can see here is the pure water pipe and equip the salt pipe. This salt pipe is about this flow meter. And you can equip each three pipes. And now you can see here is the tap water pipe. You can connect a stove pipe here to let the tap water inside. And this one, you can also see this is a one-way mixing with Teflon scrubber. And then here you can see is the homogenizer down there. You can see this is the three tanks are all the half open lid design. And with the mixing motor, it's all the ABC mixing motor, you can see. And now for the flow meter control system panel, you can check here is the language change. You can change English here. And this is the set points, means if you want to set the flow meter like 50, you can set here. And this is the actual display. It means that how many liters have flowed to for actual display. And this is turn on, turn off, pause on, and pause off. And you can see here has a diagram to let you check the flow meter. And this is the flow speed and total liters of flow meter. And then you can set this is the alarm and vector. If has something go wrong of the flow meter, you can check here to see what is going on of the flow meter. And then if you want to use this control panel, you should first turn on this panel and then open this valve so that you can use the flow meter function. Now you can see here this pipe is now the valve is now open. And now you can test it. And then turn on. You can see the display now is actual display like the flow meter. Okay, we can pause on. Pause on now is the 11.29 liters. And now if you want to go on the flow meter, you can just push this. And now you can see the pause off. You can push the pause off, and now you can see the flow meters is going on. And now you can pause on, and if you want to continue the flow meter, you can push the pause off. And if you want to reset the flow meter, you can just see this, turn off this one, and then reset, and then turn on it. Sorry. And then turn on it. Now you can see it is now the reset one. Okay. Okay, now you can see the control panel of these three tanks. And I will tell you how to use it. First of all, you should connect to your electric power. And then now open this. You can see the electric box inside. And you can see here is the lines of L1, L2, and L3. You should connect it to the electric power. And then you can see here we have different types here. And down here, you can also see the different types here. For now, you should connect to your ground wire here. Now we didn't connect to the ground wire. And for the other wire, you should connect it according to the numbers we marked on it. You can see each wire we mark the same number. You should connect it according to the numbers. Here is also the same. And you can see this is the delta inverter of the machine. When you make sure every wire system is connected correctly, you can open this switch to turn on the machine. Then you can see the control panel. You can choose the language here. You can choose the English language. You can see you can change the language here, Chinese or English. And then for this one is the number one tank main port monitoring. It means this page is to control this tank, this number one tank for the 1.5 liter. This you can see the mixer, the speed setting. You can set the speed here. This the actual speed means the actual speed of the tank, and this is the actual current of the tank. The time setting, you can set the time you want. When this time is arrived to what you set, the missing function will turn off automatically. And this is remaining time means that it remains how much time to the of your set. And this is turn on button, turn off. And this is the actual temperature, means that the actual now the temperature is what's inside your tank. And this is the temperature calibration, means that if the temperature is not what you want, you can set here to adjust the temperature. And now you can see here is the temperature display, and this tank you can let the material go inside to number 2 tank or number 3 tank. So we equip here with the diagram, and this is for the discharge, and this is the bottom homogenizer and the water pump of the 1.5 liter. And now you can see here is the discharge 2. It means that you can discharge your material into the number 2 tank. This is the discharge 3, means that you can discharge the material from number 1 tank to number 3 tank. And then this is the discharge. It means that discharge the number one tank's material. And this exclusion means you can drain out the wastewater from this tank. If you want to use this function, make sure you should open on the PLC panel, and then you should turn on the downstairs menu valve to let the drain water out. For now, because this free tank is equipped the water inside it, so we will not have the free tank discharge function. And now you can see here the main port of number 2 tank is the same. What I just said, not just this diagram is different. The different temperature, the pump, and the homogenizer. And this one means that the material fit from number 1 tank, and you can also see this stuff means you can let the material inside the tank through the rotor pump, because the rotor pump you can also discharge the material or let the material inside the tank. So you can use the rotor pump to feed your material inside the tank. This is the feed-out function. And the cycle means that you can cycle the material of the tank. And this is the discharge, means you discharge your material. The solution is to drain out the wastewater. This panel is the same. Now you can see the number 3 main source monitoring is the same what I just said of the number 2 tank. This is the temperature trend, means that the temperature inside these 3 tanks, you can see we mark of the different colors to present the different tanks. The red one is the number 1 tank, the black is number 2 tank, the blue is number 3 tank. And then you can see the alarm inquiries. These alarm inquiries will tell you what is going wrong with these 3 tanks. And you can check it according to this alarm test to maintenance or to reset the functions. And now we can test the number 1 tank. Here we can set the speed like 20. And then the time setting like set the 2 minutes. And then you can open the mixing function. You can see here is mixing. And for this, you can see it's also mixing too. When the time is arrived, what we just set, the mixing function will turn off automatically. And now we can turn off it. And let's test the homogenizer. We can set like 1500. And then the time setting set like 3 minutes. And then turn on it. You can see the actual speed now is changing. Sorry. And now we can turn. It's like the same what I just said. When the time is arrived, if you arrival to what you said, the first function will stop automatically. Now we can turn off it. And now let's test the discharge to number 2 tank function. You can see the water now is coming to the number 2 tank. And turn off it. And now let's test the discharge number 3 tank. You can see the water now is coming from the number 3 tank. Okay, we stop it. You test the pollution, open this, and then you control the downstairs drain water out well to let the wastewater out. Let's test the number 2 homogenizing mixer. Let's set the speed like 25 and set the time remaining like 4 minutes and then turn on it. Now you can see the mixing pedal is working. And then turn off this. And now we can test the homogenizer. We can set the speed like the 2000. And then remaining time we can just set like 8 minutes. Turn on it. You can see it will change. You can see the homogenizer now it's working. And then we can turn off it. And for this feedstock, it means to let the materials inside the tank, like I just said. And this feedstock, you can feed your material from the water pump to the tank. This discharge, we will not test it. And the solution, it means that to drain out the wastewater, you can push this button first and then turn on the downstairs rainwater well manually, and then you can drain out the wastewater. We can test the number 3 tank. You can set the mixing function speed of like 15. And then the time, let's set it 3 minutes. And you can see now the mixing function is working slowly because you just set the mixing speed and turn off it. And okay, you can see the actual speed and actual current turn off it. Now you can set the homogenizer like 1000, and then the time you can set like 2 minutes and turn on it. You can see the homogenizer now is working. Turn off it. You can see the actual speed and you can check the speed start. It's just like the number 2 tank, and the discharge will not test it, and this solution needs to drain out the wastewater like I just said. Okay, and now you can see the indicate light here, and then here we equip you the emergency stop button. If anything wrong of these 3 tanks, you can just use the emergency stop button to stop the machine and check what is going wrong of the machine. And now let's test the number 2 tank cycle function. Let's just push this button. Then you can hear the sound. The water now comes out from here. Let the water cycle from this tank. And then if you don't want to use this function, just turn off it. And then let's test the number 3 tank cycle function. You can see here. Let's push the cycle function. And then you can see the water now comes out, and the water is cycling from this tank. This diagram shows it is now cycling. Turn off, and then if you don't want to use it, turn off it. Okay, now we will tell you how to use this flow meter. And you can see you should connect to your battery power first. And then here is the emergency button. If anything goes wrong with the flow meter, you can use this button to stop the machine. And you turn on the machine. This is the home page. And here you can change the language, Chinese and English. And now I will introduce sector to you, and this is the diagram of 1.5 turn meter. And here is continuous flow of the flow meter, and this is the calculated flow of the flow meter. And here is the factor of this flow meter. You can adjust the factor when this says well and this well is not the same. This says well means you can set the flow meter what you want, like can set like 50. And then this fuel will display to you how many liters go out the flow meter, and this means that if you change the pressure, then that is the stress well and the PL is the same number, and then but the actual you use the weight to weight the material is by the two. It means you can set here 2 liters to let the material is in the correct number. Start and stop. And this one is the cleaning. You can clean this well in zero to set the set level. Okay, now we can test it. Now you can see the water is go throughout this side. And you can see the well now is like it's not the same, but you can set here the factor or the lid to make these two the same. That's all. Thank you.